Welcome to the Corrosion channel. My name is احتشام زاده. I'm a researcher in the field of corrosion and protection of materials. Chapter 10, Section 5, Corrosion Management. Management of change, managing administrative changes, learning from events. The reference is Corrosion Management System Framework and Guidance from NACE Organization. What's a CMS? A corrosion management program, sometimes called Corrosion Management System (CMS), is the documented set of processes and procedures required for planning, executing, and continually improving the ability of an organization to manage the threat of corrosion for existing and future assets and asset systems. Management of change. The CMS shall include a management of change process to control, evaluate, verify, and validate technical and administrative changes to the design, contracting, procurement, manufacturing, fabrication, construction, operation, maintenance, or upgrade of assets, as well as changes to the CMS itself. Each MOC request must be approved prior to implementation. The review of such changes shall include evaluation of the effect each change or set of changes can potentially have on corrosion management. Guidance for MOC. The MOC process should identify the types of changes to be managed, provide a means of verifying the process is consistently utilized, and include metrics to determine if changes are being evaluated as intended by the CMS. Each change should be evaluated based on the significance of the change, the need, technical basis, and expert evaluation of the risk associated with the change. Utilizing this information, authorization to proceed with the change should be determined. It is critical that the MOC is effectively communicated to all impacted parties to facilitate effectiveness. Additionally, records of MOC reviews and any necessary actions should be maintained as part of the MOC process. Any action items should be addressed as outlined in the section titled Continual Improvement and tracked to closure. Management of technical changes associated with the asset should be conducted to verify engineering regulations, codes, and standards are being met, and to take into account ways in which the change can affect the corrosion risks and management. Appropriate subject matter experts should evaluate whether the risks associated with the change have been identified and understood by parties who can affect the risk or be affected by it, and whether the risks have been mitigated or addressed appropriately. Managing administrative changes. Changes to the written corrosion management system document, as well as other associated administrative processes, procedures, and requirements shall be managed to determine the effects they may have on asset integrity. When managing changes to the written CMS, the requirements for continual improvement shall be followed as outlined in the CMS document. In addition, the effect the change may have on the organization's risk profile, risk tolerance, corrosion philosophy, and other corporate standards shall be evaluated with the change. Minimum considerations for managing administrative changes. The organization should verify the MOC process manages changes that can affect the following at a minimum. 1. Approved supplier, contractor, and vendor lists. 2. Supplier, contractor, and vendor agreements and contract terms. 3. Procurement practices and requirements. 4. Contractor management practices and contractor oversight requirements. 5. Engineering standards. 6. Material and design specifications. 7. Operational plans. 8. Supplier contractor requirements. 9. Construction and installation practices and procedures. 10. Safe work practices. 11. Inspection, mitigation, and maintenance procedures. 12. Spare parts requirements. 13. Modifications to operating philosophy or procedures. 14. Changes in the designation of key personnel responsible for specific work scope items, decision-making, or communication requirements. Managing temporary changes and exceptions. The CMS shall include requirements for managing temporary changes to construction, inspection, mitigation, operation, or maintenance plans and procedures, temporary exceptions to the CMS requirements, and exceptions to specifications. Although temporary in nature, these changes shall be evaluated to determine if they present a risk to asset integrity, operation, personnel safety, or environmental safety. The following listing provides examples of temporary changes. However, it is not intended to be a complete listing. 1. A temporary change to an operational plan due to maintenance activities. 2. An exception to a material specification resulting from a shortage of the material. 3. A local exception to the procurement requirements resulting from limited choices in vendors. Learning from events. Following continuous improvement activities such as external complaints, incident investigations, near misses, non-conformances, audits, improvement proposals, or planned assessments, the organization may suggest changes to improve the CMS or corrosion management processes. Prior to the implementation of suggested changes on currently ongoing projects, the MOC process, as described in the first slides of the present video, shall be utilized to minimize the likelihood that the change will adversely affect the asset integrity. Suggested changes may come from either internal or external events. For example, an organization may choose to improve their CMS following a public corrosion incident experienced by another organization. Challenge number 32. Thank you for your time and attention. If you would like to challenge yourself, please answer this question in the comments below. What shall an organization do to enable the continual improvement of the CMS as well as associated procedures and processes?